What's up, everybody? Courtney Morse, Natural Wellness Physiotherapy. Going to start a new series this week. We're going to kind of talk about like the four, real big kind of pillars of health. If you are not addressing each of these things individually, you're not kind of reaching your full potential, whether it's as an athlete or as a human, right? These are like the basics. And to do that stuff, it requires a little bit of thought. It requires us to step back from our daily schedule a little bit and to kind of get in there and care for yourself first. I know in particular, a lot of times, mothers and grandmothers and things like that, they've worked so hard their whole life putting everyone else's needs above their own. And it's really hard to say like, okay, well, I'm going to take the next 30 minutes and this is going to be me time. I'm just going to, focus on myself. It's just not something that a lot of people are good at, but it's so important. We are so much better at caring for others when we are taking care of ourselves. So the first chapter of this, we're going to talk about sleep, and just the most essential part of all of our routine, right? If we are working out and we're eating really well and we're doing all these other things, but we're sleeping 4.5, 5, 6 hours a night and it's crappy, restless sleep, not good, and you're not doing yourself any favors there. So the very first thing that we're going to talk about is number one, at least a half hour or more before bed, kill the screens. Whether it's your phone or it's the TV in your room or whatever it is, you got to shut it off. At minimum, turn the blue light filter on through there. It's really best not to have your phone even in your room when you're sleeping. There's a lot of studies that show like even just having it here on your nightstand is like causing you to be awake and causing you to like, especially if your notifications are going off in the middle of the night. If this thing's buzzing and it's waking you up on a regular basis, not quality. Go get yourself a cheap alarm clock at the Goodwill store and keep your phone in another room. And that goes back to the TV stuff. You really shouldn't have a TV in your room. Your bedroom should be like this sanctuary of rest, right? There should be two things that go on in your bedroom. One, sleep, and two, the other thing that goes on in your bedroom. It shouldn't be watching TV, and if you're one of these people that runs a TV all night over the course of things, like you don't realize like how restless that you really are, how much that's really keeping you up. The other thing too is, if you're somebody that needs like a little bit of white noise, that's totally normal. Get a white noise machine or turn a fan on and do whatever, but having that TV running back there in the background is not very good for you. Two, the temperature. Think about how well you sleep, in the fall or the spring compared to like in the summer, right? When you're all hot and sticky and gross, right? You want your room to be pretty cool. Cool enough to where you maybe need a blanket or a sheet, but not where you're you certainly don't want it to be warm. You don't want to be hot in there and gross and sticky. We're just restless, and that's not very good. So that goes to a second point: is we want to be hydrated throughout the day, right? To drink 60 to 100 ounces of water, not pop, not coffee, not Gatorade, water a day, right? We'll sleep so much better when we're hydrated. Think about maybe those occasions where you've had maybe too much to drink and like how restless and crappy your sleep was because you're dehydrated and your temperature's all off and stuff like that. So get plenty of water throughout the day. Don't do it like all right before you go to bed. That's going to kind of cause some other issues as well. The next one, light. This kind of goes back to having the TV in your room. As blackout dark as you can get in there, right? It's really hard for shift workers and stuff like that. Because our natural circadian rhythm is daytime awake, nighttime shut it down, right? So this time of year when the days are really short compared to the summer, like we find ourselves like winding down at like 8 o'clock. We're like, oh, it's been dark for 2 hours, it's time to hit the hay. If you need to use a sleep mask or something like that, that's often a good thing as well too. The other thing is to kind of ease yourself into bed. We shouldn't be like crashing into sleep every night. It should be this kind of gentle process where we ease ourselves in. I try to get in, 15 minutes of reading every night. Reading helps more than a lot of different things for relaxation. I like to read on paper. Again, I don't want to be looking at a screen, even if it's a Kindle. I don't want to be looking at a screen right before I go to bed. And I'll be like, all right, I'm going to knock out 15 minutes. And 6 minutes in, I'm dozing off, right? So sleep is another good one, or reading is another good one to help us get to sleep. And then something else like rolling out, doing some light, gentle stretching or meditating, those types of things. No one's ever like, if you've had a massage or something like that, no one's ever come off the massage table and be like, all right, I'm going to fight somebody. Right? No, it's releasing chemicals in your body that are helping you rest and relax and things like that. So that's a good time to A, kind of work on any mobility deficits that you might have, work out some of the kinks and tension from the day, and to B, kind of help you ease your way into sleep. So hit up each of those things and keep track of it. I wear this really crappy fitness tracker mainly to track my sleep. Right? I don't care how many steps it says I have. I don't care how many calories it tells me I have. I really want to know my sleep, and that's why I don't have one of these big gargantuan ones, because I wear this thing to bed, and it says, oh yeah, you got 6.5 hours of sleep. Like, yeah, I feel like it. Right? So keep track of your sleep, the quality of your sleep, and then see if applying these things helps you get a little bit better night's sleep. So stick tuned. We're gonna hit several other things on our series here, but the first one we're gonna talk about is zoning out. So until next time, Courtney Morse, Natural Wellness Physiotherapy.